What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So, NFL football is coming up right around the corner. First game is this Thursday, but with NFL football comes fantasy football. I made a team through ESPN. I'm the league manager of a team I've been having for 2 years now with a bunch of friends back home. I'm going to be going over my team and just some other tips on fantasy football. Hope you guys enjoy. So I am in an 8-man league. Okay, like I said, a bunch of friends back home. We did just the regular snake draft. We're doing points per reception, just like regular fantasy football. We are doing it through the ESPN app. I just found that that's the most smoother app. I can't say if there's any, best app or anything. If there is, who knows? I've been going with ESPN. It's been pretty smooth. But going over the draft I had, it was okay. I drafted 6th overall. My draft was last night. Like I said, regular draft. First pick I had was Najee Harris. Okay, I had to pick Najee Harris because the guys I wanted to take, like Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, all those guys were taken first. So I went with Najee Harris. Of course, as a Steeler fan, I'm going to be paying attention to him a lot. I knew I have a lot of trust in him. Okay, points per reception, being in a league like that, he's going to be helpful with that running back spot. Rushed for over 1,000 yards last year, had I think around 400 receiving yards, a lot of receptions. He's going to be around basically the Steelers' main offense. The running back room on the Steelers really isn't that solid, so he's going to be getting a lot of reps, a lot of handoffs. I'm pretty sure he led the league in handoffs last year and most snaps by running back last year, so that's going to be good. We just got to keep Najee Harris healthy. I'm happy, though, with picking him first pick. Now, second round, this is when it gets a little tricky, a little weird, and people might not be used to it. I picked Josh Allen second round. A lot of people say quarterback second round. I know it might be risky, but I went with Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen, he's my favorite to win MVP this year. He runs the ball a lot. He throws for a lot of yards, has a strong arm. I'm happy with picking Josh Allen second. He's projected 23 points. Najee projected 16, but I'm happy with picking Josh Allen or a quarterback in general first. Second pick overall. Then I went down, don't know the exact order, but going over my lineup, I have Nick Chubb as my second running back, Keenan Allen and Deontay Johnson as my 2 wide receivers. A little weak, but they definitely get a lot more receptions than other receivers in the league. They might not get as much yards and touchdowns, but they do get a lot of receptions. They get a lot of short routes, which definitely helps, like I said, in a points per reception league. Tight end is weak. I was eyeing, of course, Kittle, Kelsey, Mark Andrews, but they were taken. So I went with Dalton Schultz, tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. My friend I was in a PlayStation party with last night saying he's a Cowboys fan. He was saying that, Dak could be dropping off a lot of passes up to him. He was pretty solid last year. He was pretty underrated last year, so he's projected 11 points this year. I'm sorry, this upcoming week. He's playing Tampa Bay. In the flex was hard too. I was looking for a lot of running backs who could do it all. I was looking for Travis Etienne for my flex. I was looking at Breece Hall, I'm pretty sure. No, Breece Hall's on my bench. I forgot who I was looking at for the flex. I was looking at just more running backs who could catch and run the ball, but they were taken. I went with Antonio Gibson, who is the main starter, though, for the Washington Commanders, which he's actually projected more points than Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's projected 13.9 points. Antonio Gibson's projected 15.6. He's playing Jacksonville, a weak defense, so I'm happy with Antonio Gibson. I know he's pretty solid last year. I'm happy with drafting him as my flex this year. Defense, I actually picked the Buccaneers defense first, but I'm starting the Colts defense because they're playing Houston Texans. They're projected 8 points, while Cowboys are playing Dallas, which is a much better offense than Houston, which their Buccaneers defense is projected 5 points. Now, I'm not always going to go off projected points. I'm going to go off mainly how I think they're going to do. Because you got to have some strategy. You got to have some self-knowledge. You got to have some knowledge of football. You got to have some self-confidence, too, in doing fantasy football. So, even though, Nick Chubb might project less than Antonio Gibson, I'm still going to have Nick Chubb in my number 2 running back spot instead of the flex, and vice versa, stuff like that. So, that's what I do. I just go off, just have some common knowledge. My bench is okay. Breece Hall, running back. I have Darnell Mooney, who was kind of a sleeper. Okay, he was very underrated last year. Buccaneers defense on my bench. Cordell Patterson, he was picked up pretty late. I had to pick him up. Might not be as good as last year, but he's still pretty solid. Derek Carr is my backup quarterback. Dawson Knox is my backup tight end, and then Chris Boswell. Forgot to mention my starting kicker is Justin Tucker. I was very happy to get him. I picked him pretty early too, which I'm going to kind of regret, I guess. Picking up backup kickers and defenses it could be a little controversial maybe, because you don't always need to draft backup kickers and defense. I like to draft at least a second defense because you can keep switching every single week. Obviously, you're gonna need backups for bye weeks, but for defense, I like switching every week. You know, looking at it, okay, well, who they playing? If they're playing a weak offense, I'll start this defense. Even if the Buccaneers defense might be better than the Colts, which it could be not. I'm not here to debate that. Even if the Buccaneers defense is better than the Colts, if the Colts are playing a worse team, I'm going to start the Colts. Okay, if the Buccaneers are playing the Rams or the Bills or even the Cowboys, a team with a load of offense, and the Colts are facing Houston or the Jaguars or the Bears, okay, I'm going to start the Colts no matter what. But then drafting a backup kicker, I kind of regret that decision. Last night I picked up Chris Boswell. He's my last pick. I needed a backup kicker. I felt like I needed, but Justin Tucker's bye week doesn't show on my computer, but that of course split the bye weeks. But I might look into dropping Chris Boswell and picking up somebody else for the time being until it comes around to the bye week. We'll see, because I keep forgetting that there is an IR spot, so I could move players to IR if I need it. But we'll see. My drafting was okay. Like I said, going over the lineup again: Josh Allen, Najee Harris, Nick Chubb, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Dalton Schultz. Flex is Antonio Gibson. Defense is Colts. And then kicker is Justin Tucker. Some notable though bench players are Derek Carr, Knox, Patterson, and Mooney. Breece Hall could be solid this year though. He's on the Jets. He's a rookie. He could be solid, but that's why I picked him, because I have 3 running backs in the starting lineup, but anything can happen. I just got to be okay with injuries, because every single year, my first round pick either gets out for a year or misses a lot of games. For example, a couple years ago, not even a couple, it was quite a while ago now, thinking about it, because we grow up so fast, years go by so quick. David Johnson, the year prior to the time I drafted him first overall, he led the league in rushing, I'm pretty sure it was. It was the all-pro season he had. Tore his ACL or had something and was out for the whole year in the first couple games. The year I drafted him first overall. The one year I drafted Todd Gurley, he tore his ACL, out for the year. First overall, I drafted him. Last year, I drafted Derrick Henry. He played a good amount, was leading, he was killing. He was on set to set the NFL rushing record. He was doing great for me, but then halfway through the year, he got foot surgery and he was out for half of the season for me. So I'm just really hoping I have a healthy season. But that's my fantasy team. It was cool to go over. Like I said, I gave some strategies though. Once again, it's cool to have. I think I recommend drafting 2 defenses because you can keep switching every single week. Kicker is not really necessary. Maybe you could fill in another spot for that. But everything else for bench wise, I think you should always draft a backup running back, backup wide receiver, backup quarterback, backup tight end, and backup defense. That backup kicker spot though could be optional. I did go Chris Boswell, mainly because I'm a Steeler fan, just to draft him for fun. But I might think about dropping him and maybe getting another wide receiver, because I do only have 1 wide receiver on the bench and 3 wide receivers total. So I might drop Chris Boswell and look at wide receivers, but we'll see. We'll not do it this week. We'll do it around the time when we need to. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably gonna have my end of the video to even announce. I should announce this early in the video, but I would have had my screenshots of the draft. Not the draft, the lineup too throughout the video, which I will do that. I will include that. But I guess that doesn't really matter now because we're at the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did fantasy football, let me know who you guys picked. I'm out. Peace.